What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. In the previous part, we ended up doing a lot of Chapter 3 stuff. So we eliminated Swinburne for air. We ended up distracting the PCA for Balaam by investigating that coral. That cave where the coral ended up exploding, and we had to get out before we obviously got consumed by the coral. And we also ended up going to the, I believe, the refueling base, and we ended up fighting more of the PCA and being a bigger thorn in their side than they could ever imagine for the time being. And so, as you guys can see, what we have here on my screen is, on your screen, is the new AC that I made, which is a more heavy armed AC. So, taking a look at it, yeah, there we go. Taking a look at it. Take a look at the AC data. You can see it. It's got the... I like the reverse jointed legs because they give you high... they allow you to jump pretty high. And then everything is just very raw damage. Very high. You know, Songbird's got some missiles there. Got the first melee weapon we've ever gotten. So at the end of the day, this thing is meant to just take a little more punishment than like my main one, which is just a little bit less heavy, right? So I'm going to probably end up upgrading maybe the chest at some point and changing that to something different and heavier. But for the time being, I think this sits in a pretty good place, and we are going to use it. And so in this part, we are going to continue, by the way, going through Chapter 3, but first we're going to do the arena. And so, got a few here to do, got a lot here to do, actually. And the first thing we're going to do is fight Gun 4 Volta. Gun 4 of the Red Guns, the Balaam Group's AC squad, after beating the rebellious Volta and Iguazu into submission, Michigan made it his personal crusade to make something of the two, and thus began their daily hell. For the past 7 years, neither Volta nor Iguazu have achieved their goal, to punch the living daylights out of Michigan and then get the hell out of the Red Guns, as they would put it. Volta has since admitted defeat and is now learning about business from Wu Hua Hai. As you guys know, obviously Volta is now long gone. He got killed in the wall climber mission, and yeah, he's long gone, but we're going to fight him anyway, because we need some OS tuning chips, and I'd like to get these out of the way. So, let's head out. And yes, as you can see, we are testing the new AC, so you guys can get a feel for how this guy plays.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 17. Entering Rank C. Subject AC, Cannon Head. Call sign, Gun 4 Volta. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alrighty, let's fight this guy. I think he's above here. Right over here. Or where he be? It's gotta be really tough to get this guy in ACS because he's a tank AC, so it's gonna take a minute. Nice. We're doing pretty good so far. Ow. Trying to... Come on. Luckily, he can't move around as fast as the smaller tanky legs do, but... Ow, ow, ow. Boom! Not too bad.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
You know, it's pretty wild. This guy's actually pretty strong. I'm surprised the Operation Wall Climber got him, like, if you think about it, but maybe it's just, you know, skill issue, I guess, right? And are we mad about him dying? Not... Actually, if I was Raven, I wouldn't be mad about him dying, because him and Iguazu were very insulting, obviously, in the mission that we did, the Attack the Dam Complex. Which, by the way, I'm just going to check. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff, and we have our first split mission here. So, yeah, that's something we'll end up doing here. But let's go back to the arena. We got V8 Pater, as we have met him already. He's introduced himself to us. 8th Squad Leader of the Vespers, the Archivist Group's augmented human squad, the product of Generation 10, the latest and currently practiced form of augmentation surgery. Pater represents the culmination of efforts to preserve the patient's humanity through core replacement technology. At times, his noticeably unreserved remarks hint an underlying lack of empathy. One might assume this to be a side effect of the surgery, but this trait has in fact been with with him long since before his augmentation. Yeah, I mean, he is a liaison, and so at the end of the day, he's very much just PR speak, which makes total sense if you listen to him, right? And he talks, he's very just like, kind of straight to business, very polite but distant.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 16, rank C. Subject AC, dual nature. Call sign, V8, Pater. Commencing evaluation.
That headpiece is certainly unique. Alrighty, let's fight, buddy. Oh, he jumps high like me because he has reverse joint legs. But he doesn't have as much AP as Volta does, so this guy doesn't. Oh, he has terminal armor just like me. Easy. That's probably the easiest one so far.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
The one thing, too, I like about reverse joint legs is the way that you do your boost kick. I like that better than just the regular kick. I feel like it has more impact with the just the feel of the gameplay. Sure, I don't think it maybe necessarily does more damage, but it does feel better to do that, so. Alright, I think what we'll do is maybe we'll do one or two more. And let me see how many arena we still have. We have 3 arena left. Honestly, it depends on how long they take, but they shouldn't take super long. Sula, as we've already fought this guy. Sula, AC Entangle. A veteran independent mercenary who was active in the star system surrounding Rubicon before the fires of Ibis. Sula is a patient of Generation 1 augmentation, or better said, a survivor, as the technology in its infancy had less than a 10% success rate. Although he escaped the fate of others, Sula is followed by the specter of death wherever he goes. After receiving his surgery, Sula lost interest in most mercenary work and now lives only for the hunt. It is unclear who currently employs him. So as you know, this guy was a pain. I actually had more trouble with him, and a lot of people had more trouble with him than Balteus.
Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 15. C. Network instability detected. Sub AC. Entangle. Call sign, Sula. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating.
You know, it's interesting. You hear that, and it's always, like, especially the fact that there's no little music or anything like that. This is haunting. Alright. Missed. I should have probably shot the missiles off and then shot the songbirds off. That's my bad. There's more. Easy. Way easier than at the watch point.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
All mine seems to be having some issues, as everyone does with Wi-Fi a lot of the time. But nice. Alright. Not too bad. I think we'll finish off the rest of the arena now that we're considering it, because it's not, these haven't been taking long, and I don't think any of the other ones will take all that long either. So, let's continue through. Let's go with Chatty Stick, the right hand of RAD's ringleader and chief engineer Cinder Carlos. He's a dozer. One day, Carla built a simple suggestion-based AI to provide basic support and occasional entertainment. However, no matter what conversational prompt she gave him, he would never say more than necessary. Instead, it seemed that he was content to be a good listener to his creators' free-spirited, eccentric ideas. So, at the end of the day, even though he's technically a dozer, he's also just technically an AI, which is kind of wild that they can engineer, you know, stuff. But I guess with all the advent of AI these days, it's really not much of a surprise, right? Being able to put a consciousness in a robot and have it do its own thing.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 14, rank C. Subject AC, Circus. Call sign, Chatty Stick. evaluation.
You know, I will build one of these ACs with these tank legs. I just didn't have the money to do it before this, so we weren't doing that today. This might be a little bit tougher. Ow, that hurt. Ow, ow. I'm actually getting wrecked here. Ow, ow. This is the first one. Oh, man. Ah, so close, man. This is the first one I actually had trouble with. Damn, that sucks. Ooh, that was close. Jesus. Yeah, that was definitely the hardest one.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
By the way, I like how I totally say we're not having trouble with these, and immediately on the next one I say we're dead. So, just karma working its magic, isn't it? But as you can see, those the tank legs on those are really, really quick. Like, they're very, very quick. And then our final arena. To finish off with the rank C stuff. Middle Flatwell, AC Tsubasa, the de facto military leader of the Rubicon Liberation Front. His authority is second only of that to Father Domayan, and his standing within the organization has earned him an informal title as a fellow leader. He is the uncle of the Liberation Front to Domayan's father. For a time, Flatwell worked as a spy within the extraplanetary corporations and has sway over a rather significant contact in Schneider's HR department, who is obviously, Schneider is an affiliate of Arquebus. So, without further ado, folks, our final rank C arena.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 13, rank C, final evaluation. Subject AC, Tsubasa. Call sign, Middle Flatwell. Commencing evaluation.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Middle Flatwell, his AC looks real cool, but it sucks. I hate the left-hand gun he has. That gun sucks wee-wee. Oh, what? A miss? That sucks. Got the audio. There we go. That was actually a little tougher, but it's just because he's fast and I'm not.
Target destroyed. This concludes C rank evaluation. Well done.
Alright, we are rank C, and now we can go through OS tuning. So what I think we're going to do, I gotta look at the other missions, but I think we'll do the two missions that aren't the branching path missions, and then we'll save the branching path missions for next episode. So, Got lots of OST chips, so really, really good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at OST tuning and see what we got here.
Incoming comms.
Congratulations, you have surpassed rank C. We hope that our aid has helped push you to achieve greater things. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
Alrighty, very nice. Now let's take a now OST tuning, by the way, OS tuning. Let's see. Manual aiming. Let's do. I like. This looks fine. I think we can just fully upgrade that. And might as well increase that. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably end up upgrading repair kits after this because we're starting to get to the point where these ACs need a lot of health, so we're going to probably upgrade those next. But getting into it, let's take a look at the missions that we have. So we have Survey the Uninhabited Floating City and Heavy Missile Launch Support. I think this is a pretty hefty mission, so I might end up saving this, but I think we'll see how long this one takes, but we'll do the Survey the Uninhabited Floating City.
This is a personal request from a friend. We still don't have enough data to pin down where the coral is gathering in the ice field. According to my friend's sources, we could find some clues here. Xylem, a city floating on the ocean built by the Rubicon Research Institute. Ever since the fires, that place has been abandoned. It's likely secrets about the coral, kept shrouded by the city's ECM fog. My friend's already tried sending in a survey drone. The interference. That's where you come in. I want you to disable the ECM fog generators so that we can resume the survey. Right now, the corporations are preoccupied with the PCA. We can be the first ones to identify where the...
Sorry about the stupid audio cutouts, but yes, we're surveying this city to be able to find out where the coral is converging, because at the end of the day, we're trying to find the source and where the coral convergence is going to happen, because obviously every corporation is going to want to have to deal with that. So, and they're going to want to take advantage of it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and sortie.
The ECM fog is going to interfere with comm until it's disabled. Follow the beacons left with the survey drone.
Yipperooty doo. So we're going to be going into a place with very little comms. So, let's do it.
Combat mode.
The ECM won't interfere with our contact, but it is affecting your lock-on range. Keep an eye on your settings.
Unknown intruder detected. Normalization process.
This must be a beacon left by the survey drone. I'll use markers to track them. You can use them if you lose your way.
Yeah, that's the reason I flew over here. You see these red beacons? You can use them to trace your steps if you need to. Get rid of those. Lots of dumb drones. Okay. Keep it moving.
I've located an ECM fog control device. Confirmed. The control device is offline. Let's keep looking, right?
Alright, we'll keep it going. That was one of the ECM fog devices that Walter wanted us to disable, and looks like we got one down. We got, I'm guessing, a certain amount of them to go, so let's keep moving. Now, you may be seeing that I'm walking in random directions, but it's nice to explore this place because sometimes there's things you just might miss. And I've certainly missed some things in here because obviously it's a fog place, so they're going to be hiding some stuff around here, but I think we're okay. We'll just keep it going. Now we were just about over here, and we can follow that red beacon right over here. We can turn right, or turn left, excuse me. Now you see that drone? There's a drone right up there.
Attempt persisting. Normalization process.
Yep, those little drones surprisingly can do a lot of damage to you, so do not hesitate with taking them out.
Second fog control device located.
Get rid of that guy. That guy too. I should not have done that. I forgot that those just are meant to kamikaze you. Alrighty. Got another ECM fog device. Very nice.
Control device is silent. Let's find the next one.
Alright. This is where we came from, I believe, so we'll keep going this way. As you can see, it's very unsettling. An uninhabited city. It's kind of like Chernobyl, right? It's just eerie seeing an abandoned place like this that was once bustling with, you know, activity. I always find that eerie in more ways than one. Are we heading? I think actually we're heading back the way we came. Whoops, that's my bad.
Intrusion detected. Normalization processing.
There we go. Gotta get away from these guys. Jesus. I told you these things can do a lot more damage than you think they can. And of course they dodge. Okay. Let's keep it moving here on the highway. Oh, there's another one. Alrighty. Oh, it looks like something's right over there.
Is that the survey drone Walter mentioned?
Observation data. The city of Xylem. Observation data extracted from a survey drone. Perhaps this was recorded by Handler Walter's friend. Xylem remains fully operational. The Planetary Closure Administration did their best to hide the place, but it'll find a way there soon enough. The only ones who know are the PCA and... It just seems...
Wait! Hostile radius.
Oh my god, these two stupid. Alright. Goodness. Ow! There's a third one, of course. Goodness.
Now we know what happened to the drone. Fortunately, the data we found helps to identify where the last ECM device is. I've set a marker for it. Let's check it out.
Let's move, and then we have another... I saw those blue eyes right there. Oh, there's a log hunt.
It's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter. The control device isn't going anywhere. Take your time, Raven.
Yeah, and the thing is the thing about this mission, like I mentioned, is just an uninhabited city is always just very eerie to be around, right? That's why when like Top Gear went to Chernobyl,
That's the last of the control devices.
that had to have been eerie, like very eerie.
We'll have Walter back after this.
6-2. Do you read me? Do you read me? You've got PCA incoming. Pull out before they make this complicated.
Alright, so what we have to do, this is very similar to the helicopter that we fought at the first...
Complicating things. So much for subtlety. You'll have to fight your way. Take them down, 621. I'll clean up the mess.
Raven, I've identified some Xylem defenses we can co-opt. Need support.
Alright. So funnily enough, I'm not gonna lie to you, these like little turrets will actually genuinely help a decent bit. So I recommend going around and activating them, just because sometimes sometimes that ship flies out of your range and it gets really annoying. As you saw in the very first mission we ever played in this game, sometimes those ships fly out of like the walls that you can even stand into these levels. So I'm gonna activate the last one and then we'll go and fight this thing. Just trying to give it some things to look at that's not us, but alright, let's go. Boom! Not too bad. Walter was absolutely right. We've come a long way from that first mission.
Looks like you did it. The ECM fog's cleared too. Now, my friend can get back to surveying.
The drones look pretty cool too. Not gonna lie. Alrighty, that mission, yeah, my apologies for that center section. I don't know why I got lost. My brain in that always just sees the same thing when I'm playing that mission because of how samey the city looks. But yeah, I'm glad we were able to do that. And yes, once again, the PCA being an absolute just piece of work to have to deal with. Of course, the government being hard to deal with. What a surprise. Got our log hunt though, so that's cool.
Messages.
Raven, the city's defense systems were still in operation after all this time. And stranger still, the PCA personally intervened to block the survey. There must be more to Xylem. And to Walter's friend.
No, so as we can gather, there's clearly something that the PCA wants to keep hidden, especially given the survey drone data saying that the PCA is the only one who knows about something about the Xylem, and they sent, a squad to personally take care of us when obviously they are not strong enough to deal with us. There's clearly something about the Xylem that's very important, and we'll find that out maybe as we go forward in the story. But looking at the time, it's about 30 minutes. I think that's the perfect place to end because I want to keep these, like I said, at about 30 minutes. And so, with us introducing a new AC that I ended up building, us doing a lot of arena, getting the rank C stuff out of the way, also doing the mission that we just did with surveying the Xylem, this uninhabited city, very eerie city, and finding out that the PCA clearly has something and they know something about the Xylem, and clearly there's something about the Xylem that no one but the PCA wants to know about. So I think with that out of the way, next time on Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, we'll be heading back into Chapter 3 and doing a lot of those missions that we currently have access to. Specifically, we'll be talking about those branching path missions, and that specifically the branching path mission that we have access to. The first one we have access to, by the way. And so, yeah, hope you guys look forward to that. So, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, and also follow me on the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, and once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create.